do, 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 do. Okay, because I don't have a credit sequence with music
Yes.
because I have the free plan
Right.
on StreamYard. And the thing about the free plan is you get 20 hours of streaming time and
Oh,
it resets once a month. And my reset date is the 14th, which is Sunday. And I have a few hours left over. So I'm going to burn through
great.
them. And the other thing is if you still have like 2 minutes left, you can start a new stream and they won't cut you off in the middle.
Oh my gosh, that's neat. I
So
love it.
as long as I have a couple of minutes left over, I can do another stream. But then it'll all
Neat.
reset on the 14th. So I was like, I have the hours, I might as well burn through them. And it looks like we don't have the specific time finalized, but it looks like your friend and mine, Violet Cat, will be joining me Sunday afternoon, evening for another Fall Challenge sprint.
Oh, yay!
So
That's
let me introduce us, me, you, them, they, and then we have comments already. Nice. I am Sock Marionette. On my Bargain Counter Argument channel, I am a middle-aged lady in a tiara, and I talk about books and related issues, and totally unrelated issues too, let's be honest here.
Let's be honest.
And I hope I'm pointing in the right direction.
Look at you. It's so hard to do. And you did it. Hooray.
It's taken,
Hi.
I've only been using StreamYard for like 6 months, so. And this is...
Hi, I'm B of Mama Needs to Read Romance. And I'm so excited to be here.
Okay, and we have people who commented before we even started. So I appreciate that. Oh, and I also appreciate you if you're watching this back later at a more convenient time for you. Thank you for doing that.
Yes, important.
Time
I always
shifting.
forget that.
Time shifting. So Barkity.
Ah!
Barkity.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Hello. Hello, silly.
I keep this Christmas dog ornament with the little tree. I keep him on the tree all year round because he's adorable. So Barkity Barkity.
Oh. Wonder if I can get Rudy over here.
I'll put him back on later. Okay. And she says, I'm waiting here with Rudy's girlfriend.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Silly and Rudy are now a long distance item.
They are. Yes. It's so dear. Yes. But they are together. They're together. So,
well, I think if
Buddy might be getting jealous too. So there is that. But I love that they included that they love Buddy, but
well, I would say Buddy could get together with Bonnie, which is one of my stuffed dogs, but I know what dogs do to stuffed animals. And Bonnie is not that kind of gal. She's just not. Okay.
Yeah, they
Barky.
We have so much fluff from our stuffed animals that they rip out. Anyway, sorry.
Well, they dogs do untoward things to stuffed animals.
It's true.
And Bonnie is just not that kind of gal.
No, she's not.
Good morning, says Elisa the Lost Coffee Mug. Good morning to everyone. What a great way to end the week with this.
I know, right? Good morning, Lisa. This is great.
Hello, Coffee Mug. Silly and I are so excited. I don't know which coffee mug they mean, but I do have my B coffee mug.
I brought mine. I think she's talking about Lisa. I am
oh, coffee mug. Okay. She's the Lost Coffee Mug.
Right. I've got my Running on Coffee and Hallmark Channel mug. Still steeping. So
I think the coffee, I think I would say that the Hallmark Channel runs on coffee, but they film an awful lot of that stuff in Utah using local crews. So I don't know that the crews may well be of a religious organization that doesn't really drink a whole lot of coffee.
That's true. I didn't even know that. Oh, how interesting.
Well, they have tax breaks. And also, if you're filming like winter stuff, it's handy to have Utah. It's just like
nice.
And Lisa says, B, I am seeing Accidentally Amy on your bookshelf. I love that book.
Yes.
And
I want to read it.
Here. Hi, ladies, she says. And from Wednesday, I still have the Boyntons to say hi. Because I know.
I love it.
And bonus dog content.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I have a cart over here.
You're so good.
And I have.
You're so good.
an ottoman over here.
Perfect.
And then I have my table over here.
That looks
Got my
amazing.
hot drink. I've got my cold drink. I've got all the drinks.
I've got water, I've
Stormy.
got tea, and I've got a peach muffin that's super yummy.
I have hermit cookies downstairs, but I had breakfast recently enough that I don't want a hermit cookie right now.
Wait, what's a hermit cookie?
It's like a soft molasses cookie with raisins. I think it's like a New England thing.
Yum.
I got mine from Big Y, which is a New England owned, operated union grocery store chain. We love to see it. And
okay, this is
they make really good hermit cookies. I can send you a recipe so you can get the general idea for what they are, but they're a nice, cozy fall treat.
That would be great. Fun.
Anyway, she says, not at home, but seeing you, so popping in to hit the thumbs up. Appreciate it, Stormy. Appreciate it. I don't know how long we're going to be going, so we might, by the time you get home, we might still be doing this thing.
Yeah.
And Storm Reed says, now that is a coffee mug. How much does it hold?
Mine?
Yeah, it looked really big.
It is big. I don't know. I don't know. A lot.
Mine holds a lot too. Mine holds about.
Yeah, yours looks about the size of mine, I would think.
Yours is broader, but mine's a little taller, but yours is a little broader, so I think it works out.
Yes.
I think mine holds about a cup and a half, cup and a third. Oh, okay. I'm drinking coffee, and I have pumpkin spice cream from Aldi. From Aldi. Okay. Nice. And it is real milk and cream. And when I went to the check stand, I didn't use self-serve. This guy who looked to be like in his late 20s, early 30s, he's checking it. And he goes, oh, I didn't know we had the pumpkin spice already. And I said, well, it is September. And he goes, that's true. And I said, what really set me back next to peppermint mocha? And he goes, really? And I'm like, I know. That's Christmas. Thanksgiving at a stretch. Exactly. So yes, we had an intergenerational, shocking, I tell you. And so many comments. I should do more live streams in the morning when everybody's like, right? Hi, everyone, says Emily Lost in the library. Hi. I saw your fall tree. That's very cozy. Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. I love her tree. I love it so much.
And Emily says, B, I was just going to put on a Hallmark movie. I need that mug. Oh, yay. But if you have coffee and an Hallmark movie,
Right? Tell us what you were going to watch, Emily. I need to know.
Yes. And Wyoming says, this is so random and fun. I love it. Thank you, girls. I don't know. Is it really all that random? I mean, it's,
I mean, we don't normally
do this. It makes perfect sense to me. It does not defy the laws of sequential occurrence. I mean, gee. But, if that's the level on which you are enjoying it, if that's what's coming across and you like it, then it's totally on purpose, which means it's not random. Philosophical. Stormy is sitting at Hardee's with Dad and a friend having coffee and a chat. Lovely. Hi, Mr. Stormy's dad. Hi, Mr. Reed. Stormy's dad. Stormy's friend, Stormy's dad's friend, their mutual friend. Hi, guys.
Hello. They're probably like, this is different.
Greetings from Connecticut.
Mm-hmm. And Virginia.
Do we have a recipe tag on Discord? I think there is one on Tea and Biscuits. There's like food or...
Yes. Like Fun Corner? Is it in Fun Corner?
No. Well, it's in that same section, but it's not Fun Corner. There's like a food one. If you want, I can put the Hermit Cookies recipe there. Then everybody can enjoy it.
Oh, yes, do that.
Yeah, I'll do that at some point during one of the sprints. But maybe this is one of those days where it takes us forever to get to a sprint. And I'm okay with that because I'm going to do what I do on midweek motivation and have 10 minutes of yuck. And I actually, on my way upstairs, I spilled my coffee.
No.
Well, I just splashed a little on my hand and it was like hot for like that. And then it was fine. Ouch. It didn't scorch or anything. It's fine. It was like just momentarily brief and startling. And I have a really exaggerated startle reflex. So I said a cuss and my mom's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, oh, I just spilled a little coffee on the floor. So I had to clean that up, which means there is a clean spot on that floor. But
My
I need to change my sheets and get my laundry started, but I'm not in any there's no eagerness here for
I
that. So
I got laundry. That's why you notice I'm not showing you my sides because it's laundry, 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 laundry.
is it all clean that you need to fold, or
It's
is it
clean and it's folded, but it's in baskets and needs to go to different places.
mine needs to go into the machine?
I definitely have
Including
some.
the sheets that are right now on the bed, which I
Ah,
will like put the camera on that while I change the bed so you guys can watch me. If you are starved for entertainment and don't want to do your own yuck
well,
or
wait,
need
this is the new
inspiration,
bed. This is the
you
new
can
bed,
watch
right?
me struggle with the new bed. Well, what happened was I used to have a mattress and a box spring. Now I have
Yes.
the adjustable bed, so I have an extra
Yes.
thick mattress and no box spring because it doesn't fold. And
Right.
the mattress is like twice as thick as the old one and probably at least 2.5 times heavier, maybe even three. So it's kind of hard to get that tucked in, especially since the sheet tends to pop off even more than usual because,
Drives me
as you're
nuts.
adjusting the bed up and down, things get shifted around. And I got those sheets with elastic bands. What do they call them? Securing bands, anchor bands.
Yes. Yes.
And that works a little bit, but it takes some extra finessing to get it in there.
Can
Okay,
you
man, I am
can
so
you use
behind
the
on comments.
adjustable part? Can you use the adjustable part to help you make the bed better? Like, can you, like, move it up?
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's
That you can
good.
lift it up away from the wall because I
Okay.
have it up against the wall. Anyway,
My
but I
my
am behind on comments.
my low
Kamal
moment.
Shaw is joining us.
Oh, Kamal, hey!
Well, I don't know. Do we
Good
actually have the
morning.
tri-state area represented now? Because I think Kamal is in New York State. I think Emily is maybe in New Jersey, and I'm in
Maryland.
Connecticut.
I think Emily's in
Oh, I thought
Maryland.
she was in New Jersey.
Oh, I could be wrong, Emily.
Love you, suck, says Wyoming.
Mm.
Appreciate it. Love you too. She's in New York State.
Oh.
Because, like, whenever she talks about how she's having like venison stew for dinner, and I'm like, does it have mushrooms? And she's like, yes, it has mushrooms. And I'm like, I can be there in like 2.5, 3 hours.
I love mushrooms too.
I like
Mhm.
venison mushrooms too, so especially. Emily says, I'm catching up on the new releases this year. Up next is a Machu Picchu proposal. It's part of their Passport to Love collection. Ooh, Harlequin
Yes.
used to do that. Sometimes they'd have like the
Mhm.
Passport to Love back in the like 80s and stuff. And she adds, I just watched Villa Amore yesterday, set in Italy, and would
Oh,
highly recommend it. One of the best new releases this year.
oh,
And
yay!
Kamal says, I'm at work, but have you guys up on my iPad while I have my pumpkin spice iced latte. Well, if your weather's like anything like it is here, that would be a perfect thing. It's supposed to get like up into like around 80 degrees later today here.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
what could be better?
Truly. What could be better? Nothing. Nothing.
B could have a tiara.
Oh, that's true.
That's the only improvement note I have. More tiaras. It's okay, girls. Laundry is real life. It is. It is. It really is.
Always, always happening. Always with the laundry. All the time.
Okay,
I mean,
so this is. Oh no! I got something on my jeans. It looks like it was a piece of burnt candle wick.
oh
And
no!
you know how that kind of makes a mark. It's hard to get out
Oh
of.
gosh, yes. Yes, it does. Oh
I got some
no.
on my forehead this morning while
No!
I was doing my makeup. Oh, and just before I started, I put my hand down on a candle and I thought it had a lid, but it didn't. So my hand went into the wax. I mean, it wasn't lit or anything, obviously,
Okay.
because if
I
it
was
were
like,
lit, I would
"Oh, no."
know it didn't have it. But my hand hit the wax, and some of it got under my finger. It was black wax, of course, because I'm gathering my fall and Halloween candles.
Oh,
So
no. Oh, no.
my shtick is shticking. Oh, speaking of random, I had a I had a different necklace planned for this morning, but this
Oh,
one
I wanna
hangs
hear
on
this
my tree.
story.
This is another one that hangs on the tree year round, and it is my Anne Boleyn style necklace. only it has my surname initial. That's a G, which is like my real surname because Marionette, not my actual surname.
What? I can't believe it.
I know. Mom Marionette is called that because Marionette is actually her maiden name. So that's not true either. Don't go trying to use that to get my security password or anything. Anyway, this is I commissioned this on Etsy. This is it's pearl looking beads, and this is sculpted from Fimo clay.
Wow.
And I ordered it when I was in graduate school because I was doing a seminar on digital history, and our term project was to do a digital history display, like just totally online. And I did mine, mostly I studied American history, but this was an idea I'd had, and it seemed like the perfect thing for this project. And that was, I've always been interested in the different ways that Anne Boleyn is depicted in movies and television, or in fiction for that matter, but movies and TV and even opera. Because there are a couple of Anne Boleyn operas. Well, and sometimes it's the same material, like the same opera, just staged differently depending on the time, social context. So that's what I did mine on. And I decided it would be fun to have my own Anne Boleyn tchotchke.
And it could also be G for graduate school.
Graduate school. Yeah. Well, because at that point, that was my second master's. So I was cooking with gas.
Very nice. Very nice. That's exciting.
Okay. So I just thought I was showing it off to B before we started.
It's so cool.
I will do this in the live stream.
Yay! Oh, perfect.
So what we're doing today is, of course, this is sprints for people who are participating in the fall challenge, people who are not participating in the fall challenge. It is not a requirement.
That's right.
It's not. Exactly it's just not.
Yeah.
But I had questions that I'm hoping that B can answer about how to fill prompts and stuff like that. Because when she and Terry were first discussing it and announcing it and stuff, I was still dealing with my summer fatigue syndrome, which is not an official diagnosis because it's not an official, whatchamacallit, it's not like in any kind of diagnosis manual, but it's something that clinicians are kind of looking at and going, summer fatigue syndrome, is it different from like reverse seasonal affective disorder? What's going on with people who suffer so much in the heat and with all the extended light? Because the extended light is also a problem for me. So anyway, but I just know that I really do have a fall off. I've been mentioning over and over again that I was very proud of myself because I've maintained my schedule for midweek motivation. I had to back burner book talk with Sock, but I think that'll be coming back.
Ooh.
But I think I'm going to shift it to Thursdays because I had it on Mondays because I originally scheduled that before I realized that there is the Stormy and Sarah alternate hosting sprints.
Yeah, there's on Mondays.
I didn't realize that. And I know a lot of people like to do that. I like to do it when I need to be better about remembering. So I thought I'll switch to Thursday. And actually, it'll be every other week. And I'm going to do it a little less structured because the structure of like having a specific genre to talk about or whatever was kind of stressing me out. So last week, I didn't list it as a book talk with Sock, but Violet and I had a book exchange. So we were opening books together and talking about books. And a week from today, well, a week from yesterday, the 18th, I believe it is, Thursday the 18th.
Okay.
Yesterday was the 11th, plus 7 is 18.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yes. Thursday the 18th. Yes.
I think that's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern. Stormy is going to be joining me.
Oh, fun! Oh,
and we are going to be talking about like just more casual, just talking about books that we really liked, that we own, and just like about collecting books and stuff like that. So it's going to be less structured. So I'm hoping to have different folks on to just talk about their feelings about books and collecting and not collecting, whatever it is they do. How do they get books and that kind of thing. So it's going to be less structured. Because like I said, that was stressing me right the heck out.
Yeah, you don't need that. You don't need this.
Yeah, because I enjoyed it while I was talking to people, and I enjoyed it while I was, but there was like a lot of anticipatory anxiety and stuff that I was not keen on. I also haven't done any recorded videos in a while.
Oh,
because I have not. I've just been too tired, just exhausted all the time. So I'm starting to get back in the swing of things. I have some stuff planned. And I think this time I'm probably like going to like maybe every month film an extra video that I can hold for summer so that I can still be releasing new videos.
Brilliant.
So we'll see how that goes.
That's actually super smart. I love that idea.
Well, we'll see if I actually execute it. So anyway, today oh man, I'm watching our viewer count go way down. People are like, we don't care. Get to the sprints. Okay, so what I thought we could do is we could start with the 10 minutes of yuck, because I mean, I got to change my sheets. Or you guys can watch me change my sheets if you want to see me struggle with the new bed and get my laundry started. And then I thought we could come back and talk about some of the prompts. And I have a whole bunch of books on this cart that I think fulfill some prompts. And I also have some candles.
Oh boy.
So, but I'm not going to light anything just yet because I'm going to have to be running in and out of the room, and I don't like to have a candle lit when I can't keep an eye on it.
Yes.
Safety first. So it is now 10:21. So we're going to go to, well, where I live. We're going to go to half an hour past the hour. You've got this look on your face like, do I really have to do yucky things for 10 minutes? You guys do whatever you want for 10 minutes. I call it 10 minutes of yuck because during the midweek motivation on Wednesday, it's like the idea is if there's some task that you don't like doing, or you just, maybe you have to make some phone calls and, you know, or maybe you want to blitz clean the bathroom or something like that. It's like, oh, okay, we're going to do this and it's going to take us 10 minutes and then we can have some more fun.
I love that. That's very cool.
Of course, there was the time that I made a phone call during a sprint and I had forgotten to mute the mic. So,
oh no. Oh no.
Well, and then the person I was talking to needed to look something up on it was my library record. And so they needed to look me up and they used my phone number to do it. So I'm giving my phone number and like Megan and I don't remember who all else, Megan, Wyoming, they're in the comments, but Lisa, I think was like, don't, we can hear you. Somebody actually messaged me on Discord. So if you were watching that day, you could have gotten my cell phone number. I edited that. I actually went through and edited that out of the live before I released it onto the archives on YouTube. Anyway, I really should get going on my 10 minutes of yuck. You can tell I do not want to do this. Okay, now it's 10:23. So we're going to sprint until 33 minutes past the hour, and I'm going to share my radio station.
Oh boy.
The River 105.9 variety from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Hey.
And so if anybody wants to listen along, we are I know this is fascinating, isn't it?
I see that Wyoming says she has a really important question for everybody. And she's wondering if when we come back, can everybody put their suggestions?
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I missed all those comments.
Do you want to do the comments and then do the 10 minutes?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, because I see a lot of great
comments. Okay, so Emily is in Maryland. Okay, cool.
Yes. Okay.
And then she also says, I need to DM you and find out if we have the same last name. Yes, I've been wondering that myself. Mine ends in a consonant. Starts and ends in a consonant, but not the same one.
I love it.
And Lisa says, that will be fun. See, because I wasn't following the comments. Huh?
She was talking about, I think you're live with Stormy, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then Emily says, suck. I'm the same. I've had such low motivation to record. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like I have ideas. It's just that, and I did actually record the intro for a reading vlog. And I watched it back and I was like, well, this isn't great, but it's workable. And then I realized there was like a big pile of boxes for the recycling in the background. And I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm going to re-record this when I'm feeling better. But it's like the idea, I was like, okay, the idea is solid. So I'm just going to treat that like a dress rehearsal. So it wasn't like it was, I didn't, and also it kind of gauged my energy level. And I was like, okay, so that was like a dress rehearsal. It wasn't a wasted effort, but it wasn't something that I could use. I'm like you, Sock, says Lisa. Well, if you mean you're super awesome, I agree. Too tired to film, which is why I'm taking September off, but I did film an update video and a tag video with the tag Storm tagged me in.
Oh, fun.
I'll have to watch that and see if I can steal the tag or somebody tagged me. And I'm kind of behind on watching BookTube, so that too. So low motivation in general, says Emily. My hormones are out of whack, so it's been messing a lot up. Yeah, I thought it would get better after I had the operation, but it a lot of things got a lot better, but the heat is still debilitating. Okay, I have a really important question for everybody. When everybody comes back, can they put in their suggestions or answers? Perfect. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I need to take this off. Yes, what is that? I will put it into, oh no, mine ends in a vowel, says Emily.
Oh no. Well, that solves the mystery right there. We thought you guys were long lost sisters.
I'm so embarrassed, says Wyoming. I didn't want you to stop everything for me. Well, we stopped it for everybody else who was making comments.
Yeah.
And he was like, why is she not addressing our comments? And it's like,
no worries. No worries at all.
Okay, so Wyoming, if you want to ask your question, I will put it in when I give like the radio link and the I'll do the radio link separately so people can just scroll up and see it. There it is. But when I put it up, what time we're coming back, that we're coming back in 10 minutes, which is not, then I can put Wyoming's question in that comment that will be on the screen.
Great.
If you follow me. So Wyoming, she didn't ask the question. She just asked if she could ask the question, to which we said yes. So Wyoming, if you wish to ask the question, like I said, I will put it up on the screen so people can see it and contemplate
it. Absolutely.
Meanwhile, we can talk amongst ourselves.
Excellent.
So ready? Oh, I see. Accidentally, Amy is actually on the shelf behind you.
Yes.
Was it Emily who was asking about that?
I think it might have been Lisa. I can't remember now. I'm terrible. I can tell you when you were talking about the making the bed and how tricky that is. My son has a queen size bed in case like we have company over and then he can just move. The bed is against the wall. And you haven't lived until you've had to make a queen size bed with the fitted sheet against the wall. And it's a really heavy mattress. It's so tricky. And I end up like just flat on my stomach with my face down trying to get it up against the wall. And I actually...
Yes, well, you can watch me making my bed and see.
Is yours against the wall too? Is yours against
yes,
the wall?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. So hard, right? I mean,
except that I have the adjustable bed.
Okay, well, that's good.
Wyoming good. Where's Wyoming? I thought she was going to. Oh my gosh! It says there's only one person here. I guess it's not Wyoming. Maybe everybody thought we were like actually sprinting.
Oh, maybe. Well, let's just do that then.
Okay. Sorry, Wyoming. We will address your question and when we come back. Okay, so we're going to sprinting until 00. Okay, now we're going to 39. I'm going to round it up to 40. 11 minutes of yak.
Great.
And I'll put the radio station there as well.
Excellent.
Oh, for what the? Huh?
Gwen says slider discs help to move your bed when making it up. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
Gwen.
yeah, they do. They do. That's what I used to use.
Oh, I'm gonna do that. Oh, that would be amazing. Because it is
There, I was
tricky.
having a hard time pasting in. Okay, 10 minutes from now. See you guys then. And
Okay.
remember, Wyoming is going to have a question.
Very excited.
Hello, we're back. Hello.
Hello.
I did not finish making the bed.
Oh no.
It is a time-consuming process because it takes a while for the motor to move up and down. So
there you go.
Well, it looks like we have some people back. Welcome back, people.
Welcome back.
I don't know if Wyoming ever posted her question. No, I was just like all during the break. I was like, what does Wyoming need to know? What does she need to know? The suspense is killing me.
Truly.
Suspense. What is it? The suspense is killing me. I hope it goes on forever. That was from Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka. Lisa too is curious as to what the question is.
Yes.
I know. Wyoming is, she is reveling in her moderate amount of power. She's like, I could tell them, but I'm not going to. Gwen says, you don't want Granny being flipped out of bed. Well, if you have 2 beds and 2 grannies, you could race them.
There you go. That's too funny. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so are we ready to talk about some of these books and whether or not they fulfill the requirement? Okay, I have a lot of contemporary romances with like cartoon style covers. And I thought the prompt about having a hot beverage on the cover would be easy to fulfill.
Yes.
It was not. I went through like 3 different shelves and finally found one on the sports romance shelf. I've got like bookstore book. I got books about bookstores, and
it didn't even occur to me that would fill that prompt. Okay, now I really, really need to read this. That's a pumpkin spice latte.
She's using it to obscure their faces.
Yes, she is.
You can add that to your sketch about having like umbrellas and flowers. You did a sketch like about a year or more ago.
Yes.
Where you had like people who were like, my face is behind flowers or an umbrella. And then you had somebody else going, at least you have a face.
Right.
I'm just a blank canvas. Right. So I finally found The Graham Effect by L. Kennedy. And I am choosing to believe that that is a hot beverage.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, we're hearing from Wyoming. She says, I'm so mad. I'm having difficulties.
Oh no.
Is this what you wanted to ask us about? Or you're having difficulties like getting the question?
I think she's having like internet issues, perhaps.
That could be. Don't worry. I think we're going to be here for a while, or at least I am.
Yeah.
That is totally a hot beverage, says
you
Lisa.
know it.
Lovely. And I have a candle I've been meaning to start up. I've had this for a while and I want to start it. I have never burned it yet. The cold throw, which, you know, what it smells like when it's not lit, is really nice. It is rose cappuccino. And you put it over here where you can maybe.
Candle. That is so cute.
And as you can see, I have not burned it. Otherwise, that wick would be dark and dirty.
Yeah.
So I think that is an excellent.
Oh, it's perfect.
Excellent
vibe. Perfect. Oh my gosh.
So that's my hot beverage.
I love it.
It's sports, but I don't know what the sport is.
Baseball.
It's hockey. Hockey.
Oh, yeah. Okay. She might be in baseball, but yeah, definitely hockey.
It's hockey. Well, it says on the back hockey.
It's probably just hockey. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I was thinking if it's American football, that would work because that's usually played in the fall. And I don't know when the hockey season starts. I think it starts later in the fall, but I'm not sure. Because I think this is collegiate. I think that's collegiate.
Right. Yes. I
think it's like Briar U, like second generation or something.
It's actually second generation of Off Campus. Which is the series before Briar U. But I think there's also some Briar U tie-ins. But I think that she's the daughter of the hero and heroine from the first book of Off Campus, I believe.
Lisa verifies that it is indeed hockey.
Okay.
Have you read it, Lisa, or do you just happen to know that? Okay, and she'll get back to us, or not.
Yeah,
I am not the boss of her, or any of you. Okay, I also got this from the library. I did clear off all my library inventory, but now I have, I think, 4 books out from the library. She says, I have read it and I liked it.
Excellent.
Nice. I have, and I don't know if this fills a prompt, because when it says zombie, does it just mean zombie has to be an element of the story, or that a character has to be a zombie?
So Terry was saying that it has to be like the hero or heroine, I believe.
Nuts, because I have a Zom rom-com.
Oh my gosh!
But my you were talking about this, I think, with Terry, and she was like, that doesn't count because they're not, it's not, they are not.
Right. Because I asked, I said, yeah, that's literally what I asked. Oh, and here's mine, and I know I've shown you, but this is the one I got from her event, which is so cool.
That's so pretty.
The reversible. Yeah, super cool. But anyway, yeah, so it would count for vampire because he's a vampire, but
he is. Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know, because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do about vampire, and I do need to read this because it's out from the library. However, I think even though he is not a zombie, Lisa's got something to say. I really want to read the zombie rom-com.
Oh yeah, it sounds amazing. Oh my gosh, there's almost 500 pages in the Graham Effect.
I know. It's not short.
No, it is not.
So I have this, and even though he's a vampire, I am going to go ahead and use this rather dusty candle. Caution, zombie zone.
Oh my gosh, that's so
and as you can see, there is the lid has a like, let's see if I can get this nice and close.
Yeah.
It's like a desiccated hand, like it's sticking out of a grave. So, oh my gosh.
Cool. I love it. I love it.
More comments? I missed it. Is this a haul? This, Emily, is where we are talking about
books for the read along, right?
Whether or not these books fill the prompts, because I pulled some books off my shelves, and whether or not they fulfill prompts for the readathon, for the fall challenge. And apparently this one does, because he's a vampire, not because it's zombies.
Right.
And yeah, so I'm also showing the candles that I'm going to be burning. This one I burned a lot last year. You can see it's pretty far down.
What does it
it's
smell
very nice.
like?
It has a kind of like moss and apples, kind of.
Oh, that sounds
amazing. It's really nice.
Oh, I love it.
So that's that book. And the Graham Effect was the other one, Emily, because it has a hot beverage on the cover. And the candle for that was rose cappuccino beverage.
There you go.
Okay, and then for female detective, I think this works. It is The Fixer, which is book 1 of Games People Play by Helen K. Diamond.
Ooh.
Emily says, oh, fun. I did a huge fall haul at my library last week. I need to go through and see which ones work for the prompts. Did you do that as a video, or, I mean, did you do a haul for video or not? Or what? I don't know what I'm saying, because you said you'd been having trouble with videos, so I don't know if you did that as a video or not. Anyway, this is the first book of Games People Play.
Nice.
And it is from 2017. It's 374 pages long, but it has a fairly friendly font.
Nice, nice.
And he's known only as Wren. That's W-R-E-N, like the bird. Just funny, because I just read Reboot and Rebel by Amy Tintero, which is YA dystopia from like 2013, 2014. And the female main character is named Wren. But she's
goodness, that's neat.
Oh, wait, here we go. Emily says, no video, I just got a lot of fall books at the library. Okay. He's known only as Wren, a wealthy, dangerously secretive man. He specializes in making problems disappear. I don't think it's because he's a magician.
No.
A professional fixer. Wren hides a dark past. It sounds like he hides a dark present, for crying out loud.
Yeah, right.
But his privacy is shattered.
No, not that. Anything
when
but that.
Emery Finn seeks him out, and what she wants from him is very personal.
Ooh. Ooh.
It starts with D. She wants his Dodge Dart. Some people disappear against their will. Emery's job is to find them and bring closure. Ren is the only person who can help solve Emery's own personal mystery, the long ago disappearance of her cousin, just tracking down the sexy. Brooding Ren is difficult enough. Resisting her body's response to him will prove completely impossible. She just she can't resist a dude who fixes his tie. She's like, he dresses well and he maintains that look by fixing his tie. Because he's the fixer. Okay. Anonymity is essential to Ren's success, yet drawn by Emery's loyalty and sensuality. Okay. There are two things I value above all: loyalty and sensuality.
There you go.
If you have a loyalty card for a grocery store and you use it to buy sensuous fruit, you're in.
There you go.
He's pulled out of the shadows, but her digging is getting noticed by the wrong people. And as the clues start to point to someone terrifyingly close, Ren will have to put his haunted past aside to protect the woman he loves. I'm thinking she's a female detective because she looks for missing people to bring closure.
Yes.
I think that works.
That's perfect.
I don't know what the candle is going to be, but it's probably going to smell like booze. Nobody's getting my messages. Yeah, oh, are you sending them to Discord? I thought you were posting them in the comments. Okay.
Where did she say? I was just glancing
at Discord. She said nobody's getting my messages.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not. Where are you sending them? I thought you were just going to post a comment. I'm getting this message.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, maybe she's sending it in email.
Oh, maybe it's an email.
Because I usually don't have that stuff open.
No. Oh, there she is. Oh, she's emailing.
I don't see her in my email.
She emailed me, at least.
Okay, well, could you go ahead and share? Because I usually don't have Discord or my email program open while I'm doing this. So I didn't get it. Maybe she forgot to CC me, or she lost my address.
She was asking, and I know that I'm sure she doesn't mind. I am all about this. Apparently, because I think we heard that Silly has a chicken costume.
Oh, yes.
And she asked if it's okay for her to send the picture. Yes, we need a picture of Silly in that chicken costume.
Yes.
I think Silly in the chicken costume could be like the unofficial mascot for the readathon in my mind. I think that would be amazing. If that's what it is, Wyoming,
share it with us.
100 times yes. We are there.
Please share it with us. And also, if you don't mind putting it in the Discord, that would be awesome.
Is that okay, Wyoming, if we put it in the Discord? That would be amazing. Yeah, email me. I would love it. We all need it.
Can I get you to share your screen?
Oh yeah, it's just the email where she's asking about the chicken costume.
Yeah. But if we want to share it on the live stream.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes. She hasn't emailed it to me. She only asked the question.
Okay, yes, but I would love to see, the chicken costume.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely the chicken costume.
Oh, I tell you.
She says, "Oh, I don't know why I'm having such a tough time, girls." Well, just take a few minutes. Like I said, we're going to be here for a while, so, or at least I am. So, if you just want to take a breath.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time. And it only happens when you really need it to work. Like if there were no time constraints, everything would work perfectly.
Yeah. So just,
I totally get it.
Oh no, it says we have no people here, and I know that's not true.
Right.
What is with the StreamYard count?
There must be something wonky going on today. That's probably what's impacting.
Well, no, because I get that all the time. It'll say there's I have 0 people in the audience.
Yes.
And there are people who are commenting, and I'm like, I know they're there.
Right. Well, when I have my live streams for channel members, it says we have 0 people the entire time. I'm like,
well, mine varies wildly. Okay, so I've got my hot beverage prompt, and I've got
nice,
my female detective, and I
perfect.
have my vampire in the form of
Excellent.
Zom Romcom. I'm glad to find that out because I do actually have some vampire books that I picked out from my shelf,
Oh,
but having a
oh,
library book, yeah.
that's the
Okay, what?
priority.
Hi, everyone. It's Terry.
Terry! Terry, she's here.
I don't
Terry.
know, Terry, if you got my message on Discord. I sent you a DM on Discord. So if you could check your Discord real quick, because I sent you a DM. So whatever you want to do is fine, but I would suggest it. Okay, set in the fall, I have autumn rains. I am just back from my appointment, says Terry. Okay, so yeah, as soon as you get a chance, if you could check your Discord DMs. Thanks, appreciate it. Ah, here she is.
Terry!
I didn't want to say I invited you to join in case you didn't want to, and I didn't want you to feel pressured.
No, it's okay.
I was trying to be discreet. So special guest star Terry has joined us.
Terry!
I didn't have a chance to fully coordinate with her, so I didn't want to make any announcements in case she wasn't up to it. But I'm glad to see that you are.
Yeah.
Ça va?
Yeah.
Ça va?
It's just going downtown is always a chore.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
But now you're home.
Yes. Home sweet
And you
home.
can have a cold or hot beverage. What we're doing is we are going whatever suits your mood, or no beverage. We're going through some books that I pulled off my shelf. Ah, nice.
My faithful purple bottle.
I have coffee with pumpkin spice creamer.
Okay.
And I have a cold beverage, which I haven't really touched yet. And this is like cucumber lime fresca.
Oh, no.
Cucumber lime fresca?
Cucumber.
Well, it's not fresca like the soda fresca. It's aguas fresca.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fresca.
Oh, my goodness. I love it.
It's a powdered thing that you can add to water. And I did.
Oh.
And it's refreshing.
Fun.
Okay.
Hi, Terry. It's a little on this. It's kind of sweet in addition to the cucumber and the lime. Hi, Terry says it's like limeade with cucumber.
Yeah.
Oh. Hi, Terry, says Emily.
Do you have already one sprint done?
Well, we had the 10 minutes of yuck.
Okay.
That's my 10 minutes. And I tried to make my bed, which is a time consuming process because it's the automatic bed, that adjusts.
Oh, yeah.
And it takes a long time for it to adjust upward and downward.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did not get it completely done. I mean, I'm changing the sheets. It's not just making the bed. It's like changing the sheets. And it's a bit of an operation because the mattress is super heavy. It's a workout.
Yeah.
Anyway, I pulled some books off the shelves, and I was hoping to get some insight as to whether or not they would be good candidates for fulfilling prompts.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I already struggled through books that I own. Oh!
I don't have a fan. Oh, well.
Oh. Wait.
She's got an extra.
No. Because it's a unicorn.
It flashes. She's got a fan, she's got a tiara, and B.
Oh, yes, and I have the tiara too.
Only has the love of her family.
Miserably. I have a copy of National Geographic Little Kids I can use. Oh, look at your tiara!
Cool.
So,
I mean, I like the flashing novelty.
Because I proclaim myself Queen of the Unicorn, so it goes like this.
Queen of the Unicorn!
Oh my goodness, this is so
weird. That unicorn.
Oh, now. Or what happens if you put the light up tiara behind?
Yes.
Oh,
that's gorgeous.
It holds a little bit. It wants to stumble a little bit more.
It's so cute. I love it. I love it. Do you know that when you guys do
I
unicorn
surprise
stuff?
my fellow unicorn club members with that at our first
Okay, so
meeting,
the unicorn
and
club,
they
that's
laugh.
what people those are you rare beasts who like to read the entire series in order.
That's them. Those are the ones. They finish
Yes,
all the. They finish
my
all of them.
brain function like that. I need it in
Yeah,
order.
yeah. Well, I know that you have fellow unicorns, so
Yes,
yes, yes.
because I was so happy Wednesday when they chose the Autumn Bride. Because you have missed too much things with starting with the book 2.
I know, you're so right.
I just read
know.
it maybe like 10 days ago, because it was also the book pick for my other book club. So it's I reread very rarely, but this one, yeah, I need it.
this is who is that by again?
And
That's the one we picked.
Anne Gracie.
That's the one we picked for October, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
I think I picked another one, but that would have been my second choice anyway. So
Yeah.
it works out. I picked the shortest one, I think. I'm always like, can we take the shortest one? I like that. Anyway, so we were going through books that fill the prompts, and it took me some doing, but I found this is a book I own. The Graham Effect by L. Kennedy has a hot beverage on the cover.
Ah, okay.
And I even have a hot beverage candle. This is a rose cappuccino.
Okay.
Candle. And then I have this out from the library. And I remembered you guys talking about it in the live stream, and I couldn't remember what its deal is, and that's Zom Rom-Com. And B's like, it's not zombie, because they're neither of the leads are zombies, but one of them is a vampire, so it fits for vampire.
Yeah.
Okay, here we
go. The book I just read for vampire, I just finished it yesterday. Big Enough to Bite by Andy. I'm guessing Finichel or Finical. Mm-hmm. I don't know how she pronounced the name. It was good. And vampire is not my thing. It's
yeah.
It's
that's kind of how I feel.
It's equal with zombie on my list.
Oh, I do like my zombies. Now, Wyoming's having difficulties.
I learned a lot of things about vampire in that book, and I was very happy.
Okay, if I can just step in for a second, because it looks like Wyoming's having some issues here. She says, Tara, if you're out there, I love you to pieces. I'm having difficulties. This is to everybody who taught you to read early. I'm struggling to do the live chat, and I'm still here. I hope you all get this. Yes, I am seeing this message. How old that was the question she was going to ask, was how old were you and when did you start reading? Oh, okay.
For who? You or me?
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Oh,
you,
me? I don't remember.
People in the comments?
I don't remember having learned to read. I don't remember the technical word for it, but it's when you are on the spectrum, you can like read spontaneously, something like that. It's a thing. I didn't know. I didn't know it exists, but I remember what I remember is before I went to school, my mom was like, when we had visitors, she was, grab the newspaper and read. So she made me read to people because I was under 5 to go there. So, but I wasn't able to read the end script. But if it was like printed, I was able to. So I never. I don't know when I don't have a remembrance or a souvenir. I don't know how you say that, of not be able to read.
Same here, actually. I'm not on the spectrum as far as I know, but I did learn to read very early. Nobody knows when. Nobody knows. I don't remember not being able to read until when I was 6, we moved to Iran. And since they use a different alphabet there, I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Wow.
But so but I know that like when I was like 2.5, something like that. My mom realized I could read, and my dad came home from work and she said, Sock can read. And Dad Marionette was like, you sure she hasn't just memorized the book? Because they thought my sister learned to read younger than she did. She learned to read very young too, but she actually had the books memorized.
But my son was able to recognize his alphabet around like 20 months old. So he did not read before I taught him, because I homeschool him all the way. And but I know he was able to recognize the letters quite young.
Anyway, so my dad Marionette came home from work, and he said, "Oh, did she memorize the book like Sister Marionette did?" And Mom Marionette was like, "No, this is a book we have out from the library. It was just released. She's never seen it before, and she knows what it says." So no, I don't know. She said, so they don't know when I started actually reading for myself. They just, because they might have thought that I had memorized something.
And because of that, I skipped first grade, because kindergarten, it's like fluffy stuff and crafting and stuff like that, so you don't really learn something. But first grade is for reading and counting, and I was able to count to 100, and I was able to read. So the first week of my first grade, I do remember I was having my school bag with me, and I was throwing it on the wall, and I said to my mom, "Mommy, I don't learn anything at school."
Well, they had me do
like every day. So
they had me and a couple of other kids who were good readers tutoring kids who had trouble with learning, which was just an exercise in frustration, because the method they had us using were just columns of words. It's called Metra, and it was just columns of words. And it was frustrating to me, because that's not how I read, and it was boring just reading off these. And on Fridays, I would get out a chapter book, and both me and the kid with the reading difficulties would be so happy. And it's like during the week, they'd be like, "Can we just read a book?" And I said, "I wish we could, but I'm supposed to get anyway." It was not. Gwen has a question going back to the challenge itself, which is she wants to know how we are defining zombie.
I will say the same thing as I saw for Arcade. In Arcade, because you have spooky creatures to square to fill. Zombie, it's something that somebody that passed away that came back to life. So if you can extend it, if you read the Bible, it's okay.
Wow.
Technically, Jesus is a zombie. He came back to life. So
I read an arc recently, and I'm not sure when the book is coming out, but I read an arc recently that I think fits the bill.
But you need to be unalive.
He was. Well, they keep calling him a zombie, and he keeps saying he's not really a zombie, but
because reincarnation is not zombie. That their definition of the word. It's I don't.
Yeah, but I think this guy fits that definition.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can find the book. It was
because the first live when they launched Arcade 2.0. They were asking, answering a lot of questions, and almost every question for every square, people were saying, "Oh, you can read the Bible for that prompt, that prompt."
Okay, because I read this book.
You monster, on zombie, whatever, 100 pages more. You have a lot of things, and everything fit. Non-fiction, fiction.
Wow.
Okay, well, I had this book, and it doesn't count for me.
Almost every prompt.
It's like one of these books that I read in August, so it doesn't count because.
Yeah.
And it's called Sugars.
I read something in August that could have been a good prompt.
Yeah, I
Oh.
read Accidentally Wedded to a Werewolf, which is, werewolf, and Christmas with a Chimera, which is,
right.
Anyway, Shivers and Thrills by A.C. Hara. And it is about a vampire and a guy who was dead and then comes back to life. And they keep saying he's not a zombie, but, it's a distinction without a difference, as they say in the law. And it's 268 pages. It's not super long. 264 pages. It's not super long. It is queer because the vampire is they're both male, and it's close, and the vampire is pansexual. It's like they have kind of an open relationship a bit, but he's very romantic, and it's closed door though. So like there's reference to sexual activity, but it is not explicitly described. It's all off page. So it's closed door, queer, vampire, zombie romance that's 268 pages long. And I don't know that I would pay full cover price for it, but if you read it on Kindle, I guess it's available for ebook. I don't know. Or if you get it from the library, it's going to be released on October 8th. So, and I had a good time with it. Okay. Gwen had an Shivers and Thrills.
Shivers and Thrills.
And I believe it's currently available on NetGalley. It's being published by, where's the publication? Independent Book Publishers Association. So it's an indie. And I don't know that I had to get approval. It might have been something where I could just click a button and read it. I don't know. I don't remember. So, but it is on NetGalley, and it's being released on the 8th. And Gwen says, I learned to read in the 70s using a system called IPA, which used phonetics. Yeah, phonics was big because I was born in 1970. So when I learned to read, that's not how I learned to read, but I remember we had to do phonics, and that was when they started.
Yeah, we had the story in Quebec. It started with Luc va à l'école, Fido trotte auprès de lui. Everybody had that story.
Luke is going to school or goes to school. Yeah. See, Jane Run. Yeah, they used it, but that was like when I'm sitting there going, phonics is boring because I already knew how to read. That's when they started shoving me over to teach the other kids. And Wyoming says, I apologize.
Having grown in a very little village, the teachers were people who lived in the village, and also the principal was somebody who lived in the village. So my mom asked the principal, and she had to ask the school board, and the school board said that to move me in second grade, if I was not slowing the class, it was okay to leave me there, and it was okay for me. So I was always like 1 year younger than everybody else when I went to school. So
I kind of skipped a grade. They kind of moved me over slowly. Like I would go to second grade for like reading and social studies, but I would stay in first grade for math because I had, but at the time nobody really thought about this or diagnosed it, but I had dyscalculia.
Yeah.
So I was struggling with math. And then I got caught up to my peers basically, although I was 17 when I graduated from high school, but that's because my birthday's in November, because we had a situation where I didn't go to school for a year. So I basically skipped third grade, but it wasn't because I skipped third grade. It was because I just wasn't in school because we were bouncing all over the world. That was when we were leaving Iran because of the Iranian Revolution. And we didn't know where we were going to land. And my parents didn't want to enroll me in school for they didn't know if it was going to be 2 weeks, 3 months or what. So they were just like, read books. Okay. Wyoming's still struggling with technology. I feel you, man. I apologize to everyone. I am frustrated. Yes, I understand. I hope you get this. Who is your inspiration for loving books? Well, part of the reason I think I learned to read so early was that my mom loved to read and my older sister loved to read. And my dad, he tended to read more for information. He enjoyed reading, but he didn't read novels very often, but he did enjoy reading like nonfiction and that kind of thing. But I had an older child. My sister's 7 years older than I am. So I had an older child and 2 adults who were just like reading to me constantly.
Yeah.
because my dad, I mean, he didn't like reading fiction himself very often, although he would read Stephen King. Well, there's this funny story. He got The Firm, the John Grisham book. He got it to read on an airplane, and he started reading it, and he's like, oh, I'm really enjoying this book. I like this Mitch character. And then he realized something like about a third of the way into the book that rocked his world, and he didn't want to read the book anymore because his picture in his head of what Mitch was like was suddenly destroyed. He thought Mitch was African American. And then when there's a line of dialogue or something in the book that indicates that Mitch is white, my dad was like, well, that's not the story I was reading. And he was just like, he didn't care anymore. So that's what my inspiration was just like, books were all over the place. And I had these two adults and an older child reading to me. And so it was very much, I think, that there's something interesting going on in these objects. What is it? I need to know.
Yes. For me, it was just a general thirst for information, I would say, because I grew up before internet, and we didn't have access to information. So as soon as I had a book, it was like, yes, I could grab some information and learn something, because school was not enough for me to learn things. I needed more, so I read a lot when I was younger.
Well, we did a lot of
But
traveling.
it was not novels. The only novels that I read when I was kind of younger, it was like in English they call it the Fabulous Five by Enid Blyton. Is it that?
Yeah. I read a lot of Enid Blyton.
Because in French is Le Club des Cinq.
Yeah, because when we lived overseas, most of the books we could get our hands on were British.
Yeah.
So I read a lot of Enid Blyton growing up.
Yeah. So and in France they were translated, and it's you have two collections: is La Bibliothèque Rose and La Bibliothèque Verte. So the
red and the green, or the pink and the green.
Pink bookshelf and the green bookshelf. It's two collection, and it's also books like that they were generally translated, but you could also have like fairy tales, or it was meant for kids between 6 and 10 years old. So we had those at my school, and also I started because my friends got them for Christmas, and they lend me the books of The Little House on the Prairie. So that's mainly the novels that I read when I was young, because it was only like info stuff, science stuff, and dinosaurs, astronomy, and it was info. I needed to replenish myself with info very, very much. It was
you were like Dr. Evil. I need the info.
Yes, I need info.
I need the info. Did you think you might want to tell me? And yeah, because I remember when we lived in Belgium, we went up to Brussels to W.H. Smith, because there was a W.H. Smith in Brussels, and we got the Mallory Towers series for me, which was Enid Blyton writing about a boarding school. And it follows them through six grades in boarding school. I think they start when they're like 11 and they go up to when they're 16 or 17. So, but I think the other thing is that we traveled, and that involved long international flights and long layovers. And it was very nice for everybody in my family. They could just shove a book in my hands and they knew I'd be fine.
Oh,
yeah. But I reread some of them when my son was like 10, 11, the Fabulous Five, and it didn't age well. You know, kids who drink beer at 8 and smoke, and it's like when it's 2 years ago I read for the first time The Cat in the Hat. It made me think about that, because geez, you let a stranger coming in your house when you don't have a parent inside, you don't have an adult to supervise the kids, and the kids go around with a complete stranger.
Yeah.
But
Okay, Wyoming says
it's
my brother
the
Roy.
way we were raised, you know, Gen X and people,
Mhm.
baby boomers. It was, but
Oh,
when I
I know
read
what you're
it as an
saying.
adult, you see it, and as a mom, you see it as another
Well,
way.
I never became a parent, but I read that and I'm like, oh wow, that was a different time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
my brother, she says, Wyoming says, my brother Roy taught me to read. I have to keep it short, but it's going to cut me off. I want to know, how did you learn to read? Okay, again, I don't know. So B didn't get a chance to get a word in edgewise here. So how did you learn to read?
Hey, we cut
Yeah, yeah. Actually, here's Wyoming, and she's like, B, learn to read.
Yeah.
Like, Terry and I are jabbering away about not knowing when we learned to
B is a
read
teacher,
because we're
so
just,
she teaches her how to read.
Okay, so B,
Yeah.
what's your deal?
What is my deal? Yeah, well, I mean, I learned, I don't specifically remember learning to read. My mother was obsessed with libraries, and I mean, all of my early memories are going to story times, and she bought a like a read aloud handbook, Jim Trelease read aloud handbook, and she was always reading to us. And you know, I can read from my earliest memories. My son also, my oldest, he didn't really speak until he was 5. And even then, he didn't really have conversations until he was probably more like 7, I would say. But he knew his alphabet very early.
Same as
You know,
my son.
around what you were saying, around like 20 months,
Yeah.
we only knew that he knew the alphabet,
Yeah.
for example, because we taught him sign language.
Okay.
And then we learned that he knew way more than we had any idea that
Yeah.
he knew, because he couldn't
Mhm.
tell us, you know, verbally. I shouldn't say verbally, vocally.
Orally. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, it was very interesting. But, my big, like, mind-blowing moment with books, wasn't necessarily when I was learning to read, but it was, I'll never forget it, when I was in 4th grade, we got to hear in library during story time at the library, in my class, we got to hear John Sheska's The True Story of the Three Little Pigs. And that blew my mind, that a story that I knew so well, you know, everybody knows the Three Little Pigs from their earliest memories. And here was this kind of, I can't think of it, subversive book almost. You know, it was all about defying like the rules of what we knew about books. And it was so hilarious, and just was such, it took something that we knew and flipped it on its head. And I just remember vividly still, even I was like 9 at the time. So, I mean, it's just amazing how, I mean, at that moment, I was like, okay, I love books more than just about anything.
Yeah.
It made me want to become a librarian, which I wish now that I had done all, I mean, I love teaching, but being a librarian, oh my gosh, that would be amazing. But I remember just thinking, I just want to be around books all the time. They're so powerful, and they can be anything they want to be, you
Yeah.
know? So those are my memories.
I know, you're
Early.
just like, you can do this?
Yeah, you can make a
Okay,
book with it, and it was just like, I'll never forget it. It was so cool.
okay, Gwen is sharing, and she says, nobody around really read when I was young. What inspired me to read was my first romance novel when I was 13, and a friend lent me one.
Oh my god.
Nice. Do you remember what it was?
Oh, yes, we need to know.
If you do, yeah. Hey, friends.
Yeah.
Hey, Kristen Lee.
Hi.
Kristen!
We're talking about when we, in case you hadn't guessed, we're talking about when we learned to read and who instilled in us a love of books. This is a question posed by
Because
Wyoming.
it's not because my parents were big readers. My mom was just into religious stuff, and my dad, what he read was the newspaper. And a little bit later, he was reading more like political man memoirs or stuff like that. So they were not into that stuff. It was because I wanted to read. I wanted to add the info and stuff me with everything that you can.
Yes.
Emily says, I remember learning to read in school, LOL, but my favorite memories are going to the library with my dad after school on Friday afternoons. Yes, libraries are magical. And
Yes,
speaking
but
of, Emily
we didn't
adds,
have one.
that's sad. They didn't
Yeah.
have one. And Emily points out, B, you can definitely go back to school and get your master's to be a librarian. My mom did that she started when I was a senior in high school. So, and she was,
I would love that. I actually think
older than
about that.
that.
Some of my best friends that are teachers, they went back, got their masters, and now they're head librarians or they're assistant librarians. And I do think about that. And I actually found out that there's a special group I can be involved in where I can be a sub for librarians specifically, which I think would be just amazing. But I don't know if I shared this, but I have my master's of education in reading, ironically.
Yeah.
But
And I don't
have
think you'd have any trouble getting into a program. And there are a lot of distance learning programs
yes
for librarianship these days.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that is something that I would love to do. I also want to, I haven't taken Spanish in a million years, and I hear Spanish just about daily when I go out of the house, just depending on where I'm at. And that's another thing I would love to do, is take classes and get much better at Spanish too.
Not French?
But I know. Do you know, it's so funny. When I was in high school, all I wanted to do was take French, and my father would not let me. And he's like, no, and it's true, nobody around here speaks French.
Okay.
So in terms of like practicality, I mean, I love the idea of learning
When
French.
I was in 8th grade, I was already taking German, and I wanted to take Spanish because this was when I was going to an American school in Germany, and I knew I'd be moving back to California, and Spanish seemed like it would be super practical in California. However, I could not take both Spanish 1 and honors English. So I ended up with honors English, and I took French 1 because there was no scheduling conflict.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do. At some point, I would love to go back and get my master's and become a librarian. I mean, that would just be bucket list thing. I mean, it would be amazing. That would be amazing. Anyway.
So while other people might be gathering their memories of reading, we can maybe talk about some other books. I was just starting, when Terry showed up, I was just starting to talk about Autumn Rain by Anita Mills.
Yes, I love it. Tell me you have to step back. Please tell me.
Okay, now I actually started this last year, and it starts off with a woman who is married to a very mean man. And at that time I was just not in a mood to read that. Yeah. But it was like, there was nothing wrong with the book. I just was not in the right headspace for that. So I might be again. And so I'm going to give it another shot, because we've got this, and guess what?
Step back.
Step back.
No step back.
I love it.
Step back.
I love it.
Okay. The leaves.
So gorgeous. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Ooh, Step Back Saturdays tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I never did anything for Coverless Friday today.
I have not posted very much on Instagram lately. Again, I have not been feeling up to, my brain's been very sluggish. It was 40 years ago, says Gwen. I have she's the same age as me and Terry. She was 13, 40 years ago. But Jude Devereaux, Catherine Coulter, Kathleen Woodowitz did it for me. Nice. So that I have a candle somewhere that I haven't pulled out yet called Falling Leaves.
Ooh.
Which I used last year with my fake rake and a garden rake when I did it on Instagram.
I love it.
A
garden rake. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Well, if you scroll back about a year on Instagram.
But this spring I read something. It was a rake who raked.
It was a rake who raked.
Yeah. No, not the title, but in the book, the rake. They had lost something in the lawn, and he took a rake to try to find it. So the rake.
Well, there is actually on Jeopardy, when Ken Jennings, I think it was during his regular run on Jeopardy, there was a question that he got wrong in a kind of adult humor sort of way. And they wanted a word for a garden implement that also means a libertine. And he said, a hoe. And the answer was, of course, rake.
Yeah. We kind of have that expression in French too, a hoe.
Gwen says, did he rank hard? He ranks 3 ways: long, hard, and wicked hard.
Oh my.
Okay, hilarious. So, and then Masquerade is one of the prompts. And I have a book called Masquerade by Brenda Joyce.
Brenda Joyce. Does that have a step back? Hers are so beautiful. Does it? Oh, we're gonna see it. Okay, I can't wait. Oh, it's so good. Her step backs. I love Brenda Joyce step backs.
And I know that it's not just called Masquerade and with the domino on the front. It is actually, it takes place at her first masquerade, or it starts at her first masquerade.
Oh.
And this is over 500 pages as well, but pages are smaller than the Graham Effect.
I was going to say that the text must be pretty small as well. Good night.
Probably. Oh, it's not too bad. Not by mass market standards. Yeah. I've seen
that's one of the reasons I read on my iPad. My iPad is I can have the font size that I want.
Yes, that's a very nice feature. Okay, and then I have I actually have a surprising number of dragon options.
Of what?
Dragon options.
Oh, dragon. Yeah. Okay.
I still haven't decided how I'm going to do the bingo card, or if I'm going to go for the most challenging or the whatever. But
good time.
Okay, so I think this is the first book of the series. One of these is the first. I think it's the Blood King is the first, or maybe it's the Rogue King. One is the first, one is the second. It's by Abigail Owen, and the series is called Inferno Rising. And
oops, I'll be right back.
Oh, I was like, somebody's making a comment, but B is left. This is he is the ruthless Dragon King. And
yes, we need a ruthless.
This is cool. He wants to hook up with a phoenix.
Ah, so that could work with Phoenix too.
Now, we're not allowed to double dip. Yeah. I can't say both dragon and Phoenix. I have to pick one or the other, right?
Yes, yeah.
It has to be.
Usually pick the rarest that you will find.
Yeah, because I'm thinking I have other dragon options, but I don't know of many Phoenix options.
Yeah.
So. And
because the one I found for Phoenix, it was maybe the trick that I can tell is found as like a multi-author series that is on the paranormal, and sometimes you have a lot of everything, different creatures, and sometimes you have great ideas in those series. Because the one that I just finished yesterday, Big Enough to Bite, it's a new series that is coming up in September, and you have I think 10 or 12 books in it. And this one, it was the female character was a vampire and the male was a giant. And you have a little bit of a villain story also. So you have a little bit of plot, and it was very nice to
because giant. There is a giant prompt, isn't there?
No.
Oh, I thought there was. Okay.
No.
Okay, now this is also from that series, and we have. She is. Okay, this is also Dragon and Phoenix. So
okay, so
I could read one to be Dragon and one to be Phoenix.
Yeah.
This is also Dragon. This is the first book in a series by Gina Showalter. It is called Heart of the Dragon.
Okay.
And yeah. He's a shape-shifting warrior, but I guess he's shape-shifting into being a dragon. Shapeshifter is shapeshifter's a prompt.
Yes, you have a shapeshifter other than werewolf. So
okay, and this is vampire, but we've already established that Zom Rom-Com is also vampire. But this is the first book in a series, Night Prince by Janine Frost, Once Burned.
Okay.
And it is a step back.
Ooh.
Wyoming has something to say. Whoops. I'm so angry. I'm struggling. You girls see me. I see you. Yes. I do. You're good. And I don't know if you've been able to watch us, but we have been discussing your question. It's very interesting. Okay, and then I have also Vampire. I have the first book of the Argenau series by Lindsay Sands.
Yes, I heard about that.
And this is a quick bite. Yeah. But I might give this one a pass for now because I've got Zom Rom-Com.
Yeah.
And Lords of the Underworld. Now, this is like the fourth book in the series by Gina Showalter. Lords of the Underworld, The Darkest Whisper, and I just requested the first book in the series from my library because it is demon.
Yeah.
So, and then we think I talked about this on my live stream on Wednesday because I got a whole bunch of Silhouette Shadows, which are paranormal romances. It's a series Silhouette put out in the 90s.
Okay.
And this is The Last Cavalier by Heather Graham Pozzeri, who is Heather Graham, and also Shannon Drake. And this is The Lost Cavalier. And we think he's a ghost. I was reading it and people were like, that probably works for ghosts. He's she's a modern day lady who goes to a Civil War reenactment.
Okay.
Where she's going to be a Union lady. And then she sees this this guy comes out of the mist and he's an actual Confederate soldier. From, so I'm not sure if he's a ghost or if there's a rift in time or what it is.
Is it a ghost or a time traveling one?
That I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So I think it's more time travel. So
okay.
That's questionable. And then I have this book, which I was going to read for a vlog anyway, maybe, or not. But this is The Game Show Bride, and it's just, I picked this because it's under 200 pages. It's a Harlequin romance from...
And for ghosts, I have this one.
Ooh, is that...
It's a graphic novel. It was like my first graphic novel, but what did... you have a laundromat could be spa resort for ghosts.
I'll have to look into that. That sounds fun.
But it's not a very happy story. It's you have to, they deal with depression and she is like an outcast, but I'm eager to read the second one. Who it's the other one is Delicates and the third one is Lights. So it's like you're setting on a machine. And
that sounds fun. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Then I will have to know more about the ghost in the second book, because you know who is the ghost is.
Okay, I think this is probably some kind of vampire. This is also Silhouette Shadows, Kiss of Darkness.
Okay.
I don't know if it's vampire or some kind of attempt at immortality. So,
is Silhouette a collection by Harlequin?
Well, Silhouette was original. Hey, Bee's back. Silhouette was originally started by Simon and Schuster, but they were very quickly bought out by Harlequin. And Harlequin just continued publishing as Silhouette, as kind of like a parallel house or parallel imprint. And then eventually they stopped publishing Silhouette and they just kind of conglomerated it all into Harlequin. But yeah, this is from after Harlequin had bought them.
Okay.
And then we have Shadow of... Oh, she went away again. She's the ghost.
Yes. But she has a ghost.
Oh,
big ghost.
right. She's like, I don't need to read about a haunted house. I have a ghost haunting my library shelves. Shadow of the Wolf by Rebecca Flanders. So that's werewolf. Yeah. And The Haunting of Briar House by Patricia Simpson. And
So
I think that's probably a good haunted house. And I actually even have a haunted house candle.
Oh.
And it's a nice one. It's got kind of like pumpkin with maybe a splash of bourbon. And I also have this one that's another nice one. This is more like caramel apple. Yeah. Haunted Maze.
Haunted Maze.
Fun.
And I think I burned it last year. I took its picture for Instagram with something by Ray Bradbury. I don't remember what it was.
451?
No, I think it was like Dandelion.
No, do you know a quick info about Fahrenheit 451? Do you know what that temperature is?
It's the temperature
where the paper is burning.
Except that it turns out that that's not true.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But that was what people thought of them.
That was the idea.
That's the temperature at which. Yeah, it turns out that that's not exactly true. But anyway, that lid to that candle is one of these.
Oh my gosh, neat.
Oh, I tightened the screw a little too hard.
Very cool.
Okay.
I love it.
It's cool for if you can't find your keys to dangle in front of somebody who likes dangly keys. Okay, so let's see. Gwen says, does the romance have to be with the ghost? What are we looking at? Oh!
Oh, cute.
And I have a green.
Ah.
A white. And a lilac.
Nice.
Cute.
They are meant to for keys to suspend.
Okay, Gwen actually has a question about the challenges.
Okay.
She wants to know, does the romance have to be with the ghost?
The big board, the 5x5, it needs to be the main character. It doesn't. You don't have to be a romance. You can read whatever you want, but you have one main character must be the ghost. Okay. Because it's not a romance challenge. It's just a fall or monster challenge. So if you but if the prompt is dragon romance, I think I have that one. So the dragon needs to be the one who is in love with,
but not unless you specify romance.
Not unless, yes. Okay. So if I have something specific, that's what I mean. If it's just like the big board, it's just like one of the characters need to be that kind of creature. That's all.
Wait, does that mean that for rom-com, it could be zombies then? Or no?
Is the zombie a main character?
Yes. If the zombie is the main character, it's okay.
Okay, so
but it just has in rom-com, I thought that the main characters were not zombies.
Right, they're not. No, but I think I must have just misunderstood because she was just talking about to have them in the book. Never mind.
No, not as a side character, but the main character.
Got it.
But if it's like I have another one, I think it's involving a ghost, or if it's involving, it could be the side character.
Well, actually, now that I think about it,
I think it's on the medium board.
The book I read last night or yesterday over the last couple of days, I read 2 books, Reboot and Rebel by Amy Tintera. They're YA dystopian. However, the main characters are people who died and were dead for however, long, and then they were brought back to life. So that would count as zombie. Like, and they have their names are their first name plus the number of minutes they were dead. And it's like, so you have a character as Callum 22 because he was dead for 22 minutes.
Oh my
before
God.
he was revived. And then they have the main character, Ren. You know, I was mentioning that male main character in the other book was known as Ren. Well, the main character, the female main character in these books, she gets, it's first person from her point of view, the entire first book, and then the second book is alternating between her and Callum. She's Ren 187 because she was dead for 100, no, not 180s, 178, because she was dead for 178 minutes, almost 3 hours. And she's like the one who, as far as anybody knows, was probably dead the longest before she was revived. So I think I can count those for zombie, or, you know, it doesn't need to be both, but that's zombie. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just checking my prompts because I don't remember the 50, all the 50s. So in the medium board involving a ghost, your ghost is not necessarily the main character. But in the big board, the 5x5 ghost is needed to be the main character. That's the difference.
Okay.
I see.
So if I'm specifying something like a little bit like set during Halloween, it could be like a fact book. It's Halloween, so
like a book about Halloween traditions or something.
Yeah, that could fit. Nice. Because any kind of shapeshifter, you take the one you want. Involving a haunted house, it's not the haunted house that is the main character. It's just that it is in the story. So like this one.
Okay, I was wondering if we want to do like a sprint.
Ooh, I would love that.
I mean, we've been at it for almost 3 hours and we've had a 10-minute sprint. So do we want a half an hour, or do we want to go 45 minutes to 12:30? Well, 12:30 my time, half an hour past the hour.
I think at least Terry and I and you were all in the same time zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people in the audience aren't necessarily.
Right. Yeah. That is true. That is true.
So do we want a half an hour or 45 minutes? I got to finish making my bed because that has to happen.
Terry, thoughts?
I eat my breakfast quite early in the morning, so I will take the time to grab a lunch. So
okay, well, let's make it 45 minutes. So you have
noon 30 would be good.
Noon 30, yeah, because that way you don't have to rush, or you know. And Gwen says 12:30. Okay, seems like we have a consensus.
Okay,
so we are sprinting until 00:30. Just means 30 minutes past the hour.
Yeah,
perfect.
Okay. Okay, and I will see you on the other side. Okay, it's 30 minutes past the hour. And we're back. Debbie?
Yep.
Okay. It looks like B had to run.
Yeah.
There's a single P from Wyoming. I hope that you've had a chance to relax a little bit. I'm sorry that it's been such a struggle for you today. That's so frustrating. And Roxy Ann has joined us. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you as well. And here's B saying, gotta run. This was fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much for including me, Sock. Well, it's always a joy to have her here. So if she's watching this back later, thank you so much. And I'll send her a separate communique about that. Now, did you have a nice lunch?
Yeah. And I actually read which is rare for me.
Nice. Nice. What did you have?
This is the one.
From Maid to Duchess. A Sweet Romance by Regina or Regina James.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
And it's for the Cinderella prompt.
Nice, nice.
Because I'm looking for books that have only 2 digits as number of pages.
Oh, is that a novella?
Yes, it's 60-page long.
Oh, I'm going to have to look into that. And Kristen says, I got 3 chapters into Between the Pines by Amber Palmer. Is that like a crossover between Beyond the Pines and Between Two Ferns? I don't think so. I did not actually do any reading. I kind of like ended up with a weird amount of time. So what I did was I updated my Goodreads. I still haven't logged my books on for you for the challenge, but I was looking at my reads for the month and I realized that I already read my ghost related book, not ghost as a main character, but ghost related.
Yeah.
And involving that was,
Involving a ghost.
Involving a ghost. That was it. Thank you. And that was, now I don't remember what it was. It was not a good book. I didn't care for it. The only reason I read it all the way through was that it was an arc, and I don't like to DNF arcs. I have done that and I don't like to. So it wasn't so bad that I felt like I couldn't even, because I had one arc that was so bad I couldn't even finish it for review purposes. Yeah. This one I could at least finish for review purposes. Other people might like it more than I did. It was called Ghost of a Chance. I read it as an E-arc.
Sometimes it's just not for you, you know?
Well, I found it to
Sometimes it's good for others, but not for you.
Yeah, other people might like it. I just found it to be frustrating because I loved the premise so hard, but the execution just, the characters kept making the same mistakes over and over again. The banter wasn't really all that funny. It just didn't hit for me, which is too bad because it was a really great idea. It's about a woman.
Sometimes it's not the good time for you to read.
Yeah, it's about a woman.
It would be if you wanted more like a fluffy read, maybe it would have hit differently.
I don't know, because let me see if I can remember who wrote it. It was Ghost of a Chance by Catherine Garbara, and it's being published on September 30th. And she writes a series of books with a detective who can communicate with, she has some kind of ESP. And this is not the ESP detective book that I DNF'd during Wednesday's live stream. That was an old Candlelight Ecstasy romance.
What do you mean by ESP?
Extrasensory perception. And in the case of Ghost of a Chance, she starts kind of pretending she can communicate with the dead or something like that when she's in school because she's getting bullied and she wants to do something that will make her basically too spooky to bully. And then she starts, as she gets older, she starts writing these books about a detective with ESP, and they're popular. And at one point, she's participating in a panel discussion or an interview or something, and she's got really, really bad period cramps. And so she excuses herself from the discussion by pretending like she's just getting overwhelmed with messages from beyond in this venue. So that actually enhances her reputation, and people take more of it. It's publicity that she didn't intend it to be fraudulently doing this, but
sometimes period cramps could be a ESP experience.
Out of the body, or at least you wished. Anyway, she goes on this talk show, and one of the crew is being driven to his wit's end because he has a haunted physics textbook. So he brings it to her. Well, yeah, I mean, first they meet in a bar and they hook up, and they don't know who each other is. And then he sees her the next day, and he just knows that there's going to be this person who knows about talking to the dead on the show. And so he brings his haunted textbook, and there's like this big, like all of the fancy Klieg lights and everything, the studio lights like explode. And so they end up, the person who runs the show decides to set them up in an Airbnb with a crew member so that they can so that the writer can investigate this haunted textbook and figure out how to help this ghost move. And it's such a good premise, and I just found the execution lacking.
Yeah.
And Kristen Lee says, gotta go help with Little Bro's book fair. Oh, I don't think they had to ask you twice. Have a wonderful day, friends. And my book is a Western. Nice. Okay. Oh, yes. Book fair. Fun. So, and then I was getting all those books organized onto a TBR shelf. And I realized I already had a book on that TBR shelf that was a monster book. It's called Monster in My Closet by R.L. Naquin. I don't know how she pronounces it, but it is a Monster Haven story. It's, I believe, the first Monster Haven story, and it doesn't specify what the monster is, but the tags on Goodreads are demon.
Okay.
So I did have that other demon book. However, this is Monster Haven, and I'm wondering if it's like a small town, because that's another
could be.
It's like a small town for monsters. So, yeah. And it's not very long. So Gwen says Einstein couldn't find somewhere better to RIP. He just took this physics textbook. And he's like, well, I'm mentioned on several pages and they explain my famous equations, so I better haunt this textbook. No, the guy's pretty sure it's his cousin, who was also his roommate and best friend, who died young. So anyway, but yeah, Einstein, that would be cool. The ghost of Einstein. You know, there is a fun movie, which didn't get a lot of play at the time when it came out in the 90s, where Einstein is a matchmaker. It stars, the pair being matched are Meg Ryan and Tim Robbins. Okay. And Einstein is played by Walter Matthau.
Okay.
It's supposed to be late in life Einstein. He's at Princeton at this point, so not long before he died. And Stephen Fry is also in it. It's called IQ.
Okay.
It's fun. I enjoyed it. And I pulled the books that I finished. I finished these last night that I was talking about. Reboot.
Okay.
And the sequel, Rebel. It's just 2 books. It's a duology, so that's the complete. And I will read the summary of the first book, because if anybody's interested in a book exchange, I'd be happy to do that, because these are, I think it would count as zombie. 5 years ago, Ren Connolly was shot 3 times in the chest. After 178 minutes, she came back as a reboot, stronger, faster, able to heal, and less emotional. The longer reboots are dead, the less human they are when they return. Ren 178 is the deadliest reboot in the Republic of Texas. Now 17 years old, she serves as a soldier for the Human Advancement and Repopulation Corporation. Her favorite part of the job is training new reboots, but her latest newbie, Callum Reyes, is the worst she's ever seen. As a 22, Callum is practically human. His reflexes are too slow, he's always asking questions, and his ever-present smile is freaking her out. Yet he's still her newbie. When Callum refuses to follow an order, Ren is given one last chance to get him in line, or she'll have to eliminate him. For good. Ren has never disobeyed before and knows that if she does, she'll be eliminated too. But she has also never felt as alive as she does around Callum. Just YA dystopia. And if you missed it in the initial wave of YA dystopia, because it's from the first book came out in 2013, the second in 2014, I had a good time with it.
Yeah.
Oh, Gwen says that was a fun movie. So I did not hallucinate it. It is a thing that actually exists on planet Earth. And Roxy says, I am reading a Harlequin Nocturne book called Deepest Desire of the Vampire. Ooh, hoping to finish it so I can get to my next monster book. Nice. Yeah. Well, like I said, I didn't get any reading done because I finished making the bed. And then I got my laundry started. And then I was just puttering around. And I was getting my books organized. So that's what I got up to. Oh, what did you actually have for lunch, though? Was it delightful?
A frozen dinner.
Oh, what kind?
It was a beef stew.
Oh, nice. We didn't have lunch because we ate breakfast relatively late, and we had muffins, like big muffins, giant muffins. Well, they weren't bigger than my head, but you know.
Yes, they were. Usually, I eat breakfast later, but this morning because of my
you had to.
I had to eat earlier, so at noon I was hungry.
Yeah, well, we had the muffin, and when we have muffins, we usually have like a little bit of cheese, like some fancy cheese with it, and we had some strawberries. So it was a pretty hearty breakfast, and like it's coming up on 1, and I'm not even remotely hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, and I posted about the hermit cookies in the food section of Tea and Biscuits. Yep. So if anybody's interested, I got the info. When I Googled hermit cookies, there were a couple of different kinds of cookies, but I shared the ones that I was talking about specifically.
Okay.
So yeah, do we want to have another sprint or?
Me, I will have to go.
Au revoir.
So if you want to have another sprint, it is
yeah, well, I'll see if people want to stick around and just enjoy me, or if somebody wants to join me, let me know and I will DM you the link. I can have somebody else pop in if they want, if they're available, if they're not helping with Little Bros Book Fair. So well, thank you very much for joining.
Thanks for inviting me.
And tomorrow we haven't finalized the time yet, but tomorrow afternoon I'm going to be doing a sprint on this channel with Violet Cat. So
okay.
But like I said, we haven't finalized the time yet, so it's going to be sometime in the afternoon. So
okay. So goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Sprint would be cool. Okay. Au revoir. Merci. Okay, and now it is I. Just suddenly, now that I'm the only person on stage on live stream, suddenly my face is like taking up the whole picture-in-picture instead of just like me and other people, and so I'm huge. Okay, so let's have another sprint, and if anybody is in a position to join me and wants to join me on screen, I would welcome that. Just leave a comment or DM me on Discord. Yes, another sprint, says Roxy. Awesome. DM me on Discord or leave a comment and I will send you an invite and you can join. But I am happy to do this by myself if nobody wants to do that. That's fine. Okay, so we can have another sprint. Do we want to do another 45-minute sprint to 30 minutes past the hour? Does that work for people, or would you rather a shorter sprint, like 30 minutes? I have a feeling that when I reappear, whether it's 30 minutes from now or 45 minutes from now, I'm probably going to be in more comfy clothing. Yes. Okay. Yes to 30. Okay, let's do 30 then yes to 30 after, right. Okay, 30 after. And like I said, when I come back, I will probably be in a nightie of some description because, yes, 45. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll go until 30 minutes past the hour. So sprinting until 00:30. And I'll see you in 45 minutes. Okay, it is 1:30, and Gwen gave me the thumbs up. Oh, I finally finished my coffee, so I'm not worried about staining my coffee mug, and I'm able to indulge in one of the things I love about fall: brown lipstick. I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that. Brown lipstick. And Jeslyn Jacobs says, hello, I'll be reading Plus Size Player by Danielle Allen. Ooh, that sounds intriguing. What does the plus size player play? When the plus size player plays. A little bit of a tongue twister. Hey, I'm now eating my lunch, says Lisa. We have not yet eaten our lunch. We have not yet ate our lunch. We haven't eaten our lunch yet because we had a big breakfast fairly late-ish for us. But I did go downstairs during the sprints, and I was going to put my laundry, transfer it from the washing machine to the dryer, but Mom Marionette had kindly already taken care of it for me. So my stuff is in the dryer. I got a good start on A Monster in My Closet, which is very delightful so far. I'm 66 pages into a 266-page book. And there we go. And so far, she has a bunch of guys she's running into, including an incubus, and I don't think he's going to be the love interest because it seems like he really is bad news. The monster in her closet, whose name is Maurice, and who is an excellent cook, and a hot paramedic. She doesn't know what his deal is, and an herbalist who helps her with her migraines. And she's also run into a whole host of supernatural creatures, including a skunk ape who is there to she's when Maurice the monster hears about the incubus, he's very concerned. So he kind of gets these fairies to do a protection ring around her house. And the skunk ape is kind of there to serve as her bodyguard when she leaves the premises. He doesn't like stick too close to her, but she like walks through the forest to get to the beach behind her house. And he just kind of is off in the woods, kind of paralleling her and making sure nothing bad happens to her. And a family of brownies show up because it's a brownie mom and her 3 brownie kids. And it turns out she's on the lam from her brownie husband, who is a drunk and abusive fella. So lots of supernatural creatures just kicking around, having a good old time. Some of them are up to no good. Most of them are there to help her. Read 2 more chapters. Yay, says Roxy. Did you tell us what you were reading? I think you did. It was, you told us, and now I can't remember. Let's take a quick scroll up. Oh, the Harlequin Nocturne book. Deepest Desire of the Vampire. Nice. And Jeslyn says, hello, I am back, and I read 12 pages. Nice. Probably going to be calling a halt here and not doing any more sprints today, just shutting it down because I want to eat some lunch. I got to take a shower and stuff like that. So, but I will be back tomorrow. I don't know when because Violet Cat will be joining me, and I'm not sure at what time. Let's see if she's had a chance to get back to me yet. Okay, it looks like she hasn't, but I am going to go ahead and say that I'm going to start at 3 p.m. Eastern. Oh, Jesselyn says, oh, okay, thanks for the sprints. Yeah, I'm sorry that I'm not able to say thanks for the sprint, says Roxy. Have a great day. Yeah, so I'll be back tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, and Violet Cat should be joining me at some point along the line in there if she can. So more sprints and more fun. Working on Hello Stranger, so do sound intelligent on Sunday. Yes, Hello Stranger. I read that. I have face blindness, but not the kind she has. She has apperceptive, and hers is like she suddenly acquires it due to, I think, a head injury in Hello Stranger. If it's the Catherine Center book, maybe it's not the Catherine Center book. Anyway, I have the other kind. I have associative, which means faces have a basic logic to me, but they all kind of tend to look alike, and I have trouble distinguishing amongst different faces. And mine I've always had. It's not like I didn't have a brain injury. Well, I did hit my head when I was a kid. I don't know that that was what caused it. So I think if it's Hello Stranger by Catherine Center, hers is apperceptive, which is like faces don't mean anything to, just like you might as well be looking at a pile of Mr. Potato Head pieces. But if it's not that book by Catherine Center, then I don't know. If it was the Tea and Biscuits, if it's something else entirely and it was the Tea and Biscuits book, I obviously didn't read it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. It's a lot of fun, and I don't know, maybe it's not even a romance, although it is Carina Press, which is, you know, kind of like the, I think that's part of Harlequin or Harlequin adjacent in some way. So there might be a love interest, but I don't know who it might be yet. There are a lot of different candidates. So, okay, so I'm closing out, and I will be back at 3 p.m. tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Oh, it's the Tea and Biscuits book. mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't read it. I'm not, you see, I sounded intelligent, I guess, about a completely unrelated book. Well, not unrelated, it had the same title. Anyway, so I'm going to go have lunch, and I will be back in a little over 24 hours, and Violet Cat will hopefully be joining me. Have a good night, says Lisa. Thank you so much. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the day and your weekend as well. And like I said, feel free to join me at 3 p.m. Eastern. If you're not subscribed, if you want to subscribe to me, then it will show up in your feed. If you're not subscribed and you don't want to, that's fine. You can just come here without being subscribed, not a problem. And I will be also posting notices in Discord, so you can follow those links if you forgot or whatever. So hope to see you then. And if not, I hope you have a great weekend. And if you do, I hope you have a great weekend. So bye.